start with our first. We're going to review one of the games that actually Blue Orange Games gave away a copy. Who won that one? That was the Blue Orange Game Bundle is Native Inkling won it. So here, we're going to give you a little bit of taste of this is.
See, we're a full shop. We're going to teach you how to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You just won.
So this is King's Gold. This is from Blue Orange Games. We're going to do our. Go ahead and say it. I like how you say it.
The standard review.
Review.
Of King's Gold. Now, Blue Orange Games makes this game. Blue Orange is traditionally known for making a lot of kids games, and this is actually I would say it's probably a kids game, right? Yeah. But it's fun that we played it and we had a great time. with
I
it.
wouldn't say it's just a kids game because it's
not just a kids.
It's not
well, you could play it with kids, is what I should say.
You could definitely play with kids. The theme is kind of kiddie, but I mean it's still just pirates.
Yeah,
and it's still fun. But it's like Yahtzee, if Yahtzee's a kid game, because it's easy.
Yeah, so it is very Yahtzee-like. You have 5 dice, and each the dice have obviously different piratey things on each side of the dice. There's skulls, there's coins, there's crossbones, there's cannons. And what you're trying to do is there's a pile of gold, and you're trying to get all the booty, right?
Nice.
And I think one of the requirements of playing any game like this is you have to talk like a pirate, right? So exactly. So what you're doing, you're rolling dice, and essentially the dice have different outcomes. So if you roll coins, then certain combinations allow you to pick from the supply of gold. There's a basic giant pile of gold. Actually, that's the first thing. The components in this game are really good.
It's really simple. It's just like there's gold. Some coins and some like 5 dice. It's the easiest setup ever. Then you just make up 2 piles, and one's the main pot of gold, and then the other one's the king's gold. And as you play, you give some to the king's gold, and you give some to yourself. You always give a little bit to yourself, a little bit to them.
Yeah, because you got to pay the king.
Right, and in certain dices, you can pull all the king's gold.
Yeah, you can steal all the king's gold if you roll
all the gold in the whole pile,
and you win the game. Sometimes.
Or you can steal from each other because you're pirates.
Yeah, it reminds me of that one in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like, not fair. He's like, pirate.
Right. Yeah.
We don't have any rules.
What do you expect? So it's just like the simplest thing you can do.
Right, but there is strategy involved in this game because when we were playing 3 players, let's say for instance, I'm in the lead. I want the game to end as quickly as possible because at the end of the game, whoever has the most gold wins. But if I have the most gold, I want to end the game quickly. But if I don't have the most gold, I can steal from you, or I can try to steal from the king. So there is some strategy about the dice rolling because you roll the dice and then you can re-roll up to 3 times.
Right.
And then there's if you keep re-rolling and you roll too many crossbones, then there's a negative effect. So it's Yahtzee, but it also has some strategy in it. But it's a fun game. It's easy to put together. I think it takes probably 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could play with I would think, what is it, ages 8 and up. So I mean, you could play with even
little
little
6 players.
Pirates are too suggestive of a theme for younger than 8.
Or just they put the coins in their mouth.
Oh.
I did that. Sorry. So okay. So with it being that, you guys want to do you have anything else you want to say? What did you think about the game, Gerald?
I really liked it, other than the fact that all their fonts in Comic Sans.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's right. That was a big negative. I remember
that was a negative.
And I
instructions
complained too much.
And everything. But other than that, this game is great. Let's just rate it.
Yeah, it's a good filler game if you're in between like a big game like Battlestar Galactica. This is kind of a good game to kind of get that flavor going. You know what I mean? Something you can put out real quick and play. So okay, so now we're gonna do standard review. Right. Thumbs up is the best. In the middle is in the middle, and down is bad. 1, 2, 3.
Bam.
Okay, so we got Gerald thumbs up and me and Jordan to the side. Now, why is it thumbs up for you? Why is it?
It's just simple. I'm around people that
low standards.
Don't. I'm not around a lot of people that like to enjoy a lot of hardcore board games. Yeah. So this is just like you said, just simple, pick me up kind of game.
It is. It's essentially the same thing I like in all video games, where you can just pick it up and play
it's casual.
It's really simple. But on that same token, that's why I don't really. I mean, that's why I don't dislike it. But it's just like, to me, for board games, I really do enjoy a little more strategy, a little more not theme, but like a story. I don't really care. Theme, like different themes, is cool. It's very thematic. It's fine.
Yeah.
But as far as story, I don't care about the king. I don't care about the. You know what I mean? I need to know a story behind the king. Why?
You want to be the king. If you could be the king, this would have got a thumbs up.
Exactly.
I love that we always make Jordan the power hungry.
I'm not power hungry.
He makes himself power hungry. Mr. Nukes and President.
I think the reason
I work for the president.
In the same vein of what you're talking about with. You can play this game with a lot of different people. I kind of like games for a couple different reasons. One, the games I like are usually the heavier games, like we talked about Battlestar Galactica, Game of Thrones, Imperial Assault is a heavy game. But I do also appreciate those games that I can bring out and play with anybody.
Yeah.
This game is just below that. It's just below like it's a little too simple for me. It needs to have just a little bit more. But I will say the reason I would recommend this game for a lot of people, it's a good way to just start the night if you're doing a board game night. 2, the components are excellent. The dice are really awesome. They look cool. They're not, a lot of dice have like, they're printed on. They're not like embossed, I guess is the word. So these ones actually, the dice, they're chunky too. They're like big dice.
They're painted well.
Yeah, they look great. So that's why it gets a half a mark for me. But it is a good game. I would recommend it for anybody who likes games like Yahtzee or just something simple that you could play with kids.
Yeah, with the kids. I would probably get it just to play with my kids in 7 years.
Nice. Hold on to it for 7 years.
Right.
So that's King's Gold from Blue Orange Games.